Why hello and welcome to another TED Talk. I am your host Billy Bob, and today I have something for you that is so amazing and so cool that it has carried me to the edge of the universe, rejecting humanity and coming back to monkey. Okay, maybe exaggerating a little bit. But can you really believe this was made in the small island of Japan? I don't think so. People look around and raise the question, is this anime? Is it? I mean, look at this. For people who don't know, they would probably say no. But yes, this is anime. Yes, this cartoony Powerpuff Girl looking style of art is a part of media we call anime. Now, I have watched cartoons as a kid, and just seeing the cover for this show in particular has confused me and always thought Funimation made a mistake for putting this here. But I guess I was wrong. So I grabbed my popcorn, threw myself off a cliff, and witnessed the wackiness of Panty and Stocking. So subscribe or I will find your home address. No, I'm really serious, I know where you... The show Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt is an anime that is really unique. Its unique art style is something that I guess doesn't appeal to people as much, since it doesn't look like your typical anime. This, I would say, is one of the most chaotic and out of this world pieces of entertainment I have seen. It is something that just throws you out of a plane and into a volcano. Something I want to share with everyone before we even go into this show. I am very vulnerable to toilet humor. Now, why am I really saying this exactly? Being vulnerable to toilet humor? Alan, why are you telling me that shit makes you laugh? Because of episode 1 of this show, the duo fight a monster who happens to be a blob of shit.
What?
Yep, you heard me. A blob of shit. And it has manifested into the slime from Monsters vs. Aliens, but being made of shit. The creativity is fucking insane. We have two characters, Panty and Stocking, who are angels kicked out of heaven because of their obsession with their favorite thing. Now, their favorite things have to do with the concept of the 7 deadly sins. No, I don't mean the shitty anime, I mean the actual concept of the 7 deadly sins. I am just hoping and praying to God that the fans of 7 deadly sins do not find my house. But I don't really think they're gonna find it that easily, right? Right? Hello? Panty is a blonde girl whose one deadly sin is the sin of lust. Her biggest obsession is sex. Yeah, no one could have guessed that one. She fucks any dude, even the people you know. Your dad, your neighbor, the ice cream man that passes by every so often that it becomes suspicious and you start to wonder why he's always passes at 2 p.m. specifically at your house. And now you know why. To bang your mom. And then we have Stocking, which is the more popular of the two, I think. Her biggest sin is gluttony, which means she likes to eat a lot, but she's more attached to sweets and desserts rather than actual food and cuisine. She has such a large sugar tooth that she will eat anything in large amounts as long as it's sweet. So for people who want Stocking as a girlfriend, well, your wallet will not recover. So now we have these two sisters fighting ghosts, getting paid in V-Bucks so they could go back to heaven. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. They don't seem particularly interested in going back to heaven since all they want to do is fuck and eat. And fuck and eat, and fuck and eat, and fuck and eat. So going back to the holy ground seems very unlikely for these two. Its humor is something that most shows never really seem to touch. And by that I mean toilet humor, and probably a lot of sexual jokes. It's mostly targeted to a more mature audience, but is never really afraid to really go all out. I mean, we have a literal blob of shit as one of the villains in episode 1. But here's the story. After the conclusion of the mecha anime Gurren Lagann, the story of the concept for Panty and Stocking was made from the same staff, Studio Gainax, or Studio Trigger in disguise. They were just drunk and expanding this idea they had, which became Panty and Stocking. A bunch of drunk dudes basically made a good show. How is that even possible? What the fuck? I mean, they literally named two characters, Panty and Stocking, underwear, and some fucking socks. Can you imagine being named underwear? What the fuck? Both sisters, Panty and Stocking, are pretty chaotic and have destructive personalities and some of the most questionable tastes. Stocking taste in men is so shit that she was engaged to one of the shittiest people on the earth that isn't even human. He is a ghost who just doesn't have morals and practically has no respect for people in his surroundings. Basically, your typical New York citizen. This Discord mod of a character was influenced by Stocking so much that he just disappears. And I'm guessing goes to heaven or some shit? What the fuck? That's something that has been released in 2010, the decade where big boy Kirito was getting bitches while studying the blade. Most modern anime doesn't have the amount of chaotic creativity and energy as Panty and Stocking did. The show really stands out and doesn't give an absolute shit for what it portrays, but something to tell people who are part of the sub and dub debate, this is a show that has to be watched in dub for its full and amazing experience. I don't think I really want to get into the sub versus dub debate, but Panty and Stocking was a lot more entertaining in the dub form. Believe me, you have to trust me on this one. Out of all the shit takes I might have given, if I even had any, I would say yes, please watch this in dub. Same with Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories was also another anime that was kind of a big example of the dub being far more superior than its original voice acting in sub. I've watched Panty and Stocking in sub, and the voices did a great job, but if I were to compare both, it would be like this.
あんたの趣味はわかんない。あんたこそわかんない。一緒にしないで。いやかましいこのメス豚ども。やってる仕事が違うわい。Now, but he was just a plumber. So true, and my pipes are totally clean. How long have you been waiting to use that joke? Fuck, it seems like forever. I couldn't not, you know what I mean? What are you saying? You mean you failed? You acting like you don't even give a shit. You can see the difference, right? I'm pretty sure more people are curious about the one that actually has an actual potty mouth instead of just being all in Japanese without understanding it. I feel like just listening to the English language version of it would be a lot more entertaining in its way. It is truly shocking how one hard night with the boys can turn into this. It really makes me think about that decade of the 2010s, since that's when my big boom of anime became to be. I don't know how I missed this show, but watching it now truly proves to me how much it has really aged well after 12 years since its release. What's even better is that they're going to make a season 2 about it. That is fucking crazy. 12 years ago, this anime was a thing, and then all of a sudden, it's still popular than how it basically is. Everyone's still hyped for it. I'm pretty happy about it. To imagine a show like this is still loved by people, even if it was just an accident, from its conception, and still going strong after a decade of never hearing its name again. And Stocking is my favorite. I will fight you all. I will end your family heritage if you say otherwise. Fuck your dad.